a very good question, and I'm glad the press is here in full force for this important occasion of the IFP's conference. Packaging is the world's largest industry. It touches every other industry. Pharmaceutical packaging is the highest point, the highest value added in the World Packaging Forums, and also the most critically important with regard to its attributes of protecting, communicating, informing. The medicine cures, but the package communicates the safety. Now the question was, is India facing some problems with the packaging of its exports? The answer is yes, sir. See, companies in India tend to try to make only one quality of product. Otherwise it gets very complicated with 300 types of various generics, and half of them being exported, half not exported. So very often the same packaging is used for export as is used for India. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't comply with the requirements of some of the countries like Japan, and in fact even Vietnam. The Joint Secretary was telling us today during the conference, has rejected the products of 40 Indian pharma companies, not due to the quality of the product, but due to the packaging. Sir.
So you mean to say you need to have separate packaging for exports?
You need to have required standards and specification for the packaging material that is used for the packaging of pharma products, because as Dr. Ajit Singh said, pharma packaging is one of the highest point because of the sensitivities involved, healthcare, human life, safety. These are very important requirements, and therefore the packaging standard has to meet the best standards which are required to deliver that drug which it carries.
What we are doing to achieve that?
Indian Institute of Packaging will work with the industry. See, what is happening today, that for all the regulated markets, the packaging requirement of the standards is being met, because the regulator on that side will ensure that you are meeting the requirement given by him, only then the import of that product is allowed. But for countries where the regulations are not complete or not very developed, for the semi-regulated markets or unregulated markets in many continents, India has a bigger responsibility of ensuring that the packaging standards are same, so that the drug which is delivered in those countries reaches in safe condition.
I'll just add on. Chief guest was mentioning in his speech that, as he rightly said, that unregulated market and semi-regulated market, and this is the area where our institute will work into that. In fact, last year we had a group discussion with a couple of leading packaging the pharma industry, we call them. What we could realize, when you talk about primary packaging, what Mr. Ajit Singh was talking, we find a blister, we can find a strip. Now when you have the packaging, let's say an aluminum foil or any other material which comes in contact with in the medicine, there is no specification today. And these are all going by the industries. When we discuss, I am talking the company who are unregulated, not regulated. As he says very clearly, regulated market, there is a regulator sitting, he has to follow. Question is the unregulated market, and the big area is Africa. You know that's third world country. Now there, our pharma industry has got a big responsibility. The material what they are using, the primary packaging material, there is a need to have specification. So there is our role, what Indian Institute of Packaging can formulate the packaging standards for the particular medicine. There is also an area where the institute can work, the secondary packaging, which is called the carton. Now there is no specification today that the carton which is carrying a tablet of 5 dozen or 6 dozen, the weight is 8 kg or 10 kg, what kind of specification I should follow. But here most the specification goes by the cost, which we don't consider as a cost. We must see the load bearing capacity. Suppose I got a cough syrup and 1 dozen cough syrup, the total weight may be at 20 kg. Whether the corrugated box can withstand that load bearing, it will reach so many transportation hazards to the Vietnam or any other third world country, whether it will reach or not. So there is the scope for IIP, the formulation of packaging specification for primary packaging as well as the secondary packaging. And that's the area today Joint Secretary has asked me, and I'll definitely work into that, and that's an area where we can really contribute for the country's growth.
By when you can come out with that standard?
We
Will
can't
it be
say the
accepted?
timeline. We have been discussing the last 1 year now. I had a discussion with the Pharmexil. Now I'll take his advice because our JS is also looking out of the Pharmexil. Provided through the Pharmexil, that will be very easy for us to take up the project. Because Pharmexil is an organization who are actually helping associated with this conference. All the pharma industries are the member to them. So they can identify a couple of good companies who are actually supplying the medicines to the unregulated market. Let us take up those 20 companies and see what are the various. We can't do at a time. There is a solid dosage, there is a capsule, there is a liquid. So we just go on a part by part. But yes, this work will be take up very soon. Maybe the next year, I think within a year time, we'll come out with something good. That this is called packaging specification for the Indian pharmaceutical product. I think I'll take up on that way.
And you're doing it after being asked by the government to?
No, we started last
We have
year.
already told them now.
Yes.
So how big is the pharma packaging industry, and how much is that of the unregulated market? And
The global figures are there, and Mr. Saha will tell us. The Indian figures I don't think have been tabulated. They do vary a lot.
See,
Tiny scale sector
the
doesn't
packaging
figure.
industry, as per the published data by PIDA UK, it is the total turnover is 711 billion US dollars
globally?
globally. Now, out of that, the Indian share is around 24.6 billion US dollar. Now, out of the 24.6 billion US dollar, if you take the segment wise, the food, processed food alone is 65%. 65% goes to the processed food, 20% goes to pharma, 5% goes to cosmetics and healthcare, and the balance for other products. That's the segment what we are talking in Indian market.
So packaging is a very important thing actually, in each aspect. Now, does it differ, from medicine to medicine, and attractive, attractive packaging? How important is that, because lots of companies, there are lots of competition. So attractive packaging actually.
I would say in another way, when you say the attraction, that goes to the consumer product, like a cosmetics or a food product. But in pharma, more than attraction, it is more important is the product package compatibility, the safety. Whether I have a tablet or a capsule, like Ajit Singh Saab, he will say that in SEG, they have started printing on each tablet. So you don't miss it. Today, Chief Guest
Three-color
was
printing.
content printing. He can explain more. He was today, Chief Guest was talking about, the smartphone. Today, the age of smartphone, you have to take in the morning 3 pills. You do not know which pill either 2 times a day or 3 times a day. But you have in a mobile smartphone, you can check this particular medicine I have to take twice. He takes swallow it in the car itself. So those type, it has already come. But here there is a scope. One is the specification. One we are facing about anti-counterfeiting. A lot of development has happened. I'll request Ajit Singh will say that what are the countries. They have a nice printing technology. What tomorrow there is a session. There is also a child-resistant closures are coming. We are coming out the design all over the world. There are a lot of development has happened. The closures, normal child cannot open it because that may be a cancer drug. Similarly, senior citizen friendly packaging. So these are the thing, new innovations which we are talking, that how it should percolate to the consumer on the society. You can
You
highlight.
talked about printing, Dr. Saha.
Yeah.
So it gives you protection as well as attractiveness, which you wanted. Why does it do all this? Printing is simple, not in a tiny little dosage like a capsule, where you have to run at speeds of 250,000 per hour in many different colors, in an edible ink, which should not smudge and dries within a minute. Can you imagine all those constraints? Now, this printing has been possible and is keep getting more and more sophisticated, requires an expensive printing machine which has been installed in many pharma tableting and capsule companies. What is important is those who want to make spurious products, counterfeit products, cannot get access to this equipment. We can get access to red and yellow capsules easily available, but red and yellow printed capsules they cannot get. And we keep those rollers under lock and key, belongs to the customer and belongs to us. Some companies unfortunately still don't want to go on to printing, more for reasons of keeping more inventory, not cost. Cost is immaterial here. At one stage what we had to do was we printed the face of the chairman on the capsule and we sent it to the company. Immediately they started taking printing. He really liked it so much. In another case, in an African country, for government supplies, we printed the color of the flag, an actual flag, in 3 colors, and they really started taking printing. So we have to use some devices like this to make people go towards what is good for them. You also talked about safety and whether it's different for different products. Very, very much so, sir. In India, unfortunately, there is a trend towards saving as much cost as possible and applying it to your profitability. It's a little unfortunate, and I think we need government regulation, not just on cost, but on quality. One of our major products like ampicillin, etc., are put in blister packs. Blister packs use PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride is like a net, it's like cotton. If you drop any water in it, it goes through. So it's only to hold the capsule and count it, it doesn't give any protection. If you want protection, you have to use PVDC. It costs a little more, but it stops the moisture and oxygen, etc. getting in. Now you may say, look, the medicine is in the shelf for 3 months. It's okay, what's going to happen? Why should it get in moisture barrier? Why you need it? Please remember, my responsibility as a maker of a product for the pharma industry, capsules, and my customer, the pharma industry, our responsibility does not stop when the product leaves our factory.
Correct.
It continues to the housewife, and finally when the housewife consumes the last tablet or capsule, and very often she does not, half the medicine has been taken, the other half remains in the cupboard. Where is the cupboard? Very often in the bathroom or the kitchen. In both places there is heat, there is moisture. Every time I have a hot shower, the whole bathroom is like a tropical storm of great intensity. Can you imagine what is happening to those poor PVC packed capsules? When the child takes it at the end of 18 months, it doesn't work at all. So here's where press has to come in and the government has to come in to make sure there are minimum safety standards different for different products.
So does the packaging...
Ecobliss has also made some child-resistant packaging, so he can talk about that.
Sir, is there ISO standard on the safety of packaging which complies with the global norms? And if so, should it be made mandatory? So
no, as you said, pharma industry is slightly different. You see, as Mr. Ajit Singh was talking, 70% market it goes to US market and EU market. And those markets, whenever they are getting the product, imported product, they are either regulated. So it's all called regulated market. So absolutely there is not a problem, because ISO standards are there. We don't follow Indian standard and they don't follow ISO standard. Therefore the FDA regulation, Foods and Drugs Administration Act. Our problem is not on those countries. Problem is with the unregulated and third world country where they don't follow FDA. And there our industry and institute will work together to come out with a solution. Basically we have to formulate this packaging specification. The primary packaging specification, secondary packaging specification, and that should be followed so that when our industry are exporting the goods to those countries, we should not get a bad image like our chief guest was talking, that Vietnam where we have to count 40 industries has to come on the bracket, and then it needs an investigation. So once we have a specs, then there is not a problem, because that's a benchmark which they will follow for the packaging.
And what is the percentage of the unregulated market that was?
See, of the total export that India did last year, 16.8 billion US dollars, roughly about 55% goes to regulated markets, and around 40 to 43% is to semi-regulated or unregulated markets.
Still, it's a very big.
It's a very big. It's a very significant. Yes.
And we have to be very careful because competitor China, they will also try to push their product to those countries. And we are also going. So it's a big competition. Unless we are technically sound in terms of packaging. I remember about a year back when, sir, you will be knowing, one consignment in Africa, it was rejected. It was written as a made in India. And through Funmex Seal, through IIP, we made an investigation and finally we came to know the product is not made in India, it was made in China. But it was a mislabeling. So they say made in India. So how to, tarnish our name or image. So we have
And that is why we have come out with the barcoding.
barcoding.
So for tapping this unregulated market and bringing out a corrective action, who is having the major concern? Like the FDA is involved or?
Ministry, Commerce Ministry.
Because Brand Pharma India is a campaign which provides assurance to global citizens about the safety and efficacy of drug, and therefore, as Mr. Ajit Singh mentioned, our responsibility doesn't stop only by manufacturing or supplying. It has to be till the end. It should be in a form which is consumable and safe.
So as you're talking about packaging, like the sophisticated, so how does it really curb also like duplication of medicine also? Lots of does it really help in that?
He very clearly now, most of the companies, he can give you names, they are going for 3-color, 2-color printing on the tablet capsule itself, basically to ensure that nobody else can copy their product. So counterfeiting is not possible.
But doesn't everyone, it's very possible for everyone to go for that thing? Like,
I tell you, anti-counterfeiting is a continuous process. And country like India, especially our Southeast Asian countries, if you come out with some innovation today, don't think you are the foolproof. Tomorrow, it's not static. Kal usko copy ho jayega. Knowing that it will be copied. So it is a keep on, you have to update, keep on updating. That I know that my product will be. You see, I am telling you about 20 years back, when the hologram came in the market, we thought hologram is the safest. Abhi hologram to everybody is making. Hologram has become now decorative item. It is not at all. Then we went to next step, okay, we'll go to the barcoding. Now barcoding the people starting copying. So we are going now 3D printing. Now SCG has come out with a printing on the tablet. SCG has come with each tablet, piche, expiry date on the each tablet. Zydus Cadila is also doing. So we are keeping on innovating, as I say, it's a very dynamic process, continuous process. No anti-counterfeiting technology is static. Knowing that it will be copied. But we have to keep on another technology.
Apart from Africa, what are the other markets which are unregulated and similar?
See, in Africa also not all markets are unregulated. Right? Some of the markets like South Africa, they are quite regulated markets.
East Africa could be.
Mostly third world countries.
So basically, other than that, some countries in ASEAN region, Cambodia, Laos, PDR,
Mauritius,
Myanmar, all these countries have evolving regulations. So they are coming out, but again, the enforcement machinery is not there, right? So the regulations are evolving.
Anything else?
What are the, you have certain products which are like food supplements, protein, so it doesn't fall into this category.
Food and
that goes to FSSI, Food Safety and Standards Authority.
Food
supplement.
Not pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical, the formulation is very standard. FDA has given these are the chemical can be used, not can be used, and there are so much audit is happening. It's not regulated market, absolutely no problem for us because there are so many checks and control in every step. Problem what JS is talking about unregulated. That's the issue where yes, institute and the industry has to work and will come out with the solution.
So many of the pharmaceutical packaging require a special storage condition also. So the storage condition, does it come in the ambit of packing? So
we mentioned.
See, the supply chain norms are there.
Defined
already the global supply chain norms are already there. And as per the prescribed norms for a particular drug, under what condition, temperature, moisture, controlled condition it is to be stored, it should be stored ideally. But what happens that in semi-regulated and unregulated, that infrastructure is not there. and therefore they are stored automatically in a normal kind of warehouse. So that if the packaging, the primary and secondary packaging is good, then it will provide at least some protection to the medicine.
Shelf life.
Even the Ayurvedic or you have the homeopathy medicine, that also comes into.
See, the Ayurvedic, yes, Ayurvedic medicines are part of the Ayush pharmacopoeia, and the standards are provided for that. The regulator for Ayush product is also the DCGI, which is the CDSCO. And Switzerland, this is the latest news, and you could make use of this development. Switzerland has become the first country, Western country in the world, which has formally recognized Ayush system, and they have come out with a separate regulatory model for the Ayush products, which means the traditional medicine products. So they have recognized not only the Ayush products but also the Ayush professionals, and there is a Swiss regulatory model which they have notified very recently.
Okay, Praveen?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we have a picture?
Few questions for individually also. We have 10 more minutes will require.
What question?
Thank you, sir. Now, request Dr. Saha to kindly invite the speakers on dais, introduce them, and chair the session, sir.
Very good afternoon. We are exactly at 12 o'clock. I'm sorry that there is 30 minutes delay, but because of the press meet was going on with the chief guest, and I have to give some time. But I feel there is not a problem because today afternoon or the late evening we got a dinner. So all the delegates who are here, you are booked in this hall up to 9 o'clock. So I don't think that we'll be talking on the subject. The first session is pharmaceutical and packaging industry in overview. I got two speakers from Pharmaxil, is Mr. Raghuvar Kinni. Raghuvar Kinni is the Executive Director of Pharmaxil India. Dr. Irwin Pasvik.